Hello everyone out there for a special Extra Life 2022 Legendary Update. This is the week leading up to August 19th through 21st, which is Extra Life's Tabletop Appreciation Weekend. Now, while Extra Life's game weekend in November tends to get dominated by video games, board and card games like Legendary are still welcome. But we also get our very own weekend in August to take the spotlight. Now, this weekend, on August 20th and Sunday the 21st, I'll be streaming some randomized games live to make sure that Legendary gets appreciation on my tabletop. If you join in the chat, you might even contribute to the setup and help me pick some heroes. But we're not just celebrating Tabletop Appreciation Weekend. I mentioned this at the end of my Black Panther stream this month, but in July, we crossed a milestone. Over 10,000 total dollars raised for UVA Children's Hospital in the past 6 years. I can barely comprehend that at times. I know how much work I put into this and how much it's grown over the past couple of years. So I'm truly humbled and amazed by what we've accomplished. It means a lot to see every single one of your donations come in, no matter how small or how big. And I know that it means just as much, even more, to the kids who are ultimately receiving the funds that you help donate. I'm just a grown man playing cards alone in his basement, but that's become something bigger than I ever could have imagined. To take that and turn it into real life-saving change for kids who need it is nothing short of amazing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, even though I start fundraising at the start of the year, Tabletop Weekend is when I take a look at the current funding level, unveil new incentives, and set a new goal if I need to for the rest of the year, and create some new milestones along the way. So to start things off, by reaching that $10,000 level, the 24-hour weekend marathon on November 4th through 6th is now 25 hours. But we don't have to stop there. Right now, we've raised just over $4,000 in donations this year alone. If we raise another 1,000 to make it to 5,000 for the year, I will go to hour 26. Another 500 past that is 27 hours. Another 400 takes me to 28 hours. Now that's enough, right? Any reasonable person would stop there, but apparently I'm not being reasonable this year, because yet another $300 will stretch it out to 29 hours. And if we make it to at least 6,359 before the marathon stops on Sunday afternoon, I will go for 30 hours total, and then probably have serious regrets. I already do. Last year was only 26 hours. Now you might be thinking that 6,359 is an odd number, and you're right. It's not divisible by 2. But it's also $1 more than all the money raised in years 1 through 5 of this fundraiser. That's right. The crazy goal this year is to double everything we've raised in the past 5 years. I know it's a big number. It seems way out there and hard to get to, and it's $2,300 away, which is almost as much as I raised last year on its own. How do we get there? Well, I'm glad you asked. First, let's start off with this guy that you may have seen sneak previewing around over the past month. This is the next in my line of Extra Life promos, the Singularity Investigator for the Messiah Complex expansion. He gets generated by the Higher Singularity Investigations 2 Veiled Scheme. And as you can see, he's got a lot of effects going on there. So this token card helps you keep track of it all, and looks great walking through your city. I mean, seriously, he looks great. He should, since the art for this promo is done by none other than Noel Lopez, the same artist who did all of the other art for the Messiah Complex expansion. Yeah, let that sink in for a moment. I brought out the big guns for this one. And hopefully, before November rolls around, you'll also see another new promo that Noel also did the art for, but that's all I can tease about that for the moment. Now, these cards have been in the works for a long time, but they might not be the thing I'm most excited about. Generic bystanders. No one is excited to draw them from the bystander deck. Some of you don't even use them anymore, and you know who you are. So let's add a little bit of flavor to them and make them more exciting for me to draw. I want you to name the generic bystanders in my bystander deck. Maybe you want to name them after someone important to you. Maybe you want to name them something ridiculous and nonsensical. Maybe you want your own name in there. That's cool too. There are 30 donations available at this tier to name the bystanders in the core set. I may open up another 30 at some point for the generic bystanders in the villain set, but we'll see how this goes first. So what does that mean, you get to name them? Well, it means that I'm going to stick one of these custom Extra Life labels right on the card forever and write your submission on it forever. But we're not stopping there. Oh no. I also want you to name my wounds. All those generic wounds could use some good flavorful names too. Make it funny, make a good comic book reference, whatever, right? This should be good. I can't wait to see what kind of stuff we get in there. Again, there are 30 donations available at that tier as well. Oh, and one more thing. For all of you high rollers out there, we have a pair of very limited donation tiers. Name my starter cards. 8 agents, 4 troopers. These generic guys need some names too. And yes, these are the starting cards that I'll be using in all my marathon games. Now, just to be clear, keep it family friendly, and please, no politics. I want to keep my game fun. If you aren't sure if something is okay, that's probably a sign that it's not, but feel free to contact me on Board Game Geek or Upper Deck or Bageltop's Discord servers or wherever you found this video to check with me ahead of time. Or put your contact info in the donation submission text box and we can negotiate. If you submit something that's outside of those guidelines, then it doesn't go on the card, but thanks for your donation anyway. And of course, the previous Destroyed City cards and the Astral Plane, those are all available too. Follow the link below this video to go to the donation page, see more information about these tiers, and hopefully make a donation today. So that's all I have for this update. I always want to make sure to say thank you to everyone who has donated to this fundraiser. I don't know that I could keep going and finding crazy things to do without your continued support. We're well past the previous record for the total raised in a year, but there are still months to go. So let's reach that legendary tier together. Change kids' health, change the future.
I realized that I was different, that I was not like other kids. I had to get poked a whole lot. With Diamond Black Vein Anemia, there is only one cure, the bone marrow transplant. Finally found my match after 9 years of looking. I had finally been saved. Every single time that I've had a poke, prod, procedure, I've gotten a special bead. At the end of the day, you're raising money for kids like me so that we can play games and live a better life. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I just would like to encourage you all to come back again.
Join us for Tabletop Appreciation Weekend.